Hello and welcome to Land Loss Lookout. At Healthy Golf, we know that your observations lead to restoration. On Louisiana's Gulf Coast, the Mississippi River Delta has grown into one of the most fertile landscapes in the world, a sportsman's paradise, while also bearing witness to some of the largest ecosystem losses on record, including over 400 square miles of marshland lost to industrial oil activities. The Delta provides an international flyway for migratory birds, but also provides food and shelter for those of us that call it our home. New Orleans is a much safer place from powerful storms of the Gulf with our wetlands than without. And now, faster than ever, the sea is rising to take our flood protection away. We need the governments and companies who took the land to restore it for the sake of the wildlife, but also for our food and shelter. According to the Louisiana Coastal Protection Restoration Authority, the major cause of submergence into the future will be sea level rise related to climate change and not subsidence as previously announced. But seeing is believing. A lot of people do not believe this. So Land Loss Lookout is looking to discover how we can see where sea level rise is drowning Louisiana's marshlands. We looked to past studies to see how impacts have been previously identified. And previously, the USGS has identified different kinds of impacts by their shape and colors that they leave on aerial photography. These patterns are something that you're going to be trained on in Land Loss Lookout, and a tutorial following this video will teach you how to identify one of these characteristic patterns. You'll then be shown photographs, and you'll have a chance to indicate where you can see the identifying patterns in the photograph. We can adapt these methods to characterize waterlogging once thought natural as unnatural as the Gulf begins to accelerate its rise. We can locate these areas of disintegration on the map so that scientists can independently investigate the impacts of sea level rise on our wetlands. We've seen so much more of this interior disintegration since 1990, but we have no new studies from our government. So it's time for those of us at Healthy Golf and around the world to act. We have to mark these places and look for these new patterns by using color infrared photography. What is that? It's a method of photography that allows us to see the patterns of land and water much more clearly by putting the land in red and the water in blue or black. And in Land Loss Lookout, you'll be looking at these infrared photographs and telling us what patterns you'll see. There's long been denial of the very easily viewable impacts from the oil and gas industry. So part of this project is for you to just see with your own eyes what the industry has been denying for decades. And as we move into the future, you can see some of the land that we've been able to restore as well. It seems bleak, it can seem bad, and here at Healthy Golf, when we saw this image on April 25th, 2010, our stomach dropped because the government and BP were denying that the oil spill had any significant environmental impact. But because of this photograph and independent science reviewing the impacts of the oil industry, we now have amazing barrier islands restored in Louisiana today. I know that if you join us looking out for our land through Land Loss Lookout, we'll have a more restored Gulf at the end of the day. You can find out more information on our social media pages at Healthy Golf, or you can join us at healthygolf.org/donate. Thanks again.